What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing my preview of Manchester City's game against Watford in the Carabao Cup, as it's time for rotation and it's a really tight turnaround between the Arsenal game and this Watford game, so expect plenty of rotation from Manchester City in this game. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. And finally, this video is sponsored and brought to you by SofaScore, who are going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest football news for the season. They're going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest match information, along with the latest statistics and analysis, as well as keeping you guys up to date with all of the scores and information from around the grounds with all the sports that you guys love to follow, all in one place, all in one app. Not just limited to football, but all your favourite sports are on there. So do go and check it out. It is free to download, and anyone that does check out SofaScore using my link in the description or the QR code on screen does help to support the future content created here on my channel. It's very highly rated, worthwhile checking out to see if you guys enjoy it. So do go and check out SofaScore. So, match information. This game taking place at the Etihad Stadium in the EFL Cup, the League Cup, the Carabao Cup, whatever cup you want to call it. But it's taking place on Tuesday, 24th of September 2024 with a 7:45 PM BST kickoff time. Anyone heading to the Etihad Stadium, do enjoy yourselves. If you are able to get down there, they've got cheaper tickets on offer. There's plenty of tickets available if you do want to go and check it out. Alternatively, if you're watching in the United Kingdom, then this game is being broadcast live on Sky Sports Plus, the new channel on Sky Sports, if you do want to go and check it out, where all games in the EFL Cup are being broadcast live, including this one. So our opponents for this game: Watford, formed in 1881, led by manager Tom Cleverley. Yep, the former player from a few years back, Tom Cleverley, now in charge at Watford. Find themselves 8th in the Championship in terms of their form. We'll get into the third round and play in Manchester City. They've had to knock out MK Dons at home. They beat them 5-0 in the first round. They beat Plymouth Argyle of the Championship 2-0 in the second round, and they're here playing Manchester City for their reward for winning them 2 games. 7 goals, 2 clean sheets. Can't say fairer than that. However, in terms of their form in the Championship, not won in the last 3 games. They lost away in their last game against Norwich City at the weekend, losing by 4 goals to 1. However, they have had more than a day's rest on Manchester City, and I do imagine that Watford have got nothing to lose here, under no pressure. May as well go with their strongest 11. So I'm expecting, in terms of some dangers, Ederson to be starting up top, their striker. I'm expecting to see former Manchester City man Deli Bashiru starting for Watford as well. Got experience in Musa Sissoko in midfield, the former Spurs man. Now getting on a little bit. He is 35 years old, but he is going to be starting, you would imagine, in this game. Also got options from the bench, including the likes of former Premier League man Ogbonna and Paul Ince's son Tom Ince as well. I imagine, though, that Watford are going to be defending deep in this game. They're not going to want to be humiliated, so they're not going to want to give City a load of space. But I'm just wondering, with a rotated, tired Manchester City team on offer, with a pretty decent cup tie here, and Watford aren't too bad of a team, that with it only being 90 minutes, there's no extra time, go straight to penalties. They'll be thinking one of either, shall we have a pop, or should we try and keep this to 0-0 in the hope that they can see it to 0-0 and get out into penalties where it becomes a lottery? We'll have to wait and see. I think City have to play a good game here. If we don't, we could go out. It's always the danger when you're into straight knockout games. If we want to win the League Cup, we want to take it serious, we go with a rotated but strong 11, and we try hard to try and make it happen, to try and go through. And the players that do get selected, trying to give Pep a bit of a selection headache ahead of Newcastle away at the weekend. So Watford, they're missing Kevin, the only player out injured as far as I am aware for them. So in terms of the expected team, they line up with a 3-4-2-1 formation. I suspect it's going to occupy more as a 5-4-1 formation. Potentially, maybe a couple of the four in midfield may want to push forward. So you've always got two or three going forward. So they're not the striker Ederson isn't getting isolated out of the game, and it's just continuous pressure, like you saw in that second half from Arsenal when they went down to 10 men at the weekend. So I'm expecting them to start with Bachmann in goal, made up of three centre-backs of Pretorius, Sierra Alta, Morris, Andrews and Larouci starting as their two wing-backs, going into midfield made up of Sissoko and Deli Bashiru. Then you've got the width of players like Chakfadadze and Varta, with Ederson starting up top. Now, for Manchester City, formed in 1894, led by manager Pep Guardiola, we do find ourselves first in the Premier League. We've already won the Community Shield this season, beating Manchester United on pens. In good form in the Premier League, beat Chelsea away 2-0 in the opening game, beat Ipswich at home 4-1, followed up with an away win against West Ham, beating them 3-1. We beat Brentford at home 2-1. We did draw our last couple of games, though, both at home against Inter Milan in the Champions League, 0-0, and yesterday in our match against Arsenal, drawing that game 2-2. Now, we do have dangers absolutely everywhere, but we are missing some players, including Oscar Bobb and Nathan Ake. Oscar Bobb out until December, won't feature here. Nathan Ake out until after the international break. Kevin De Bruyne isn't going to be risked. He won't be featuring here either. He's touch and go whether he's good for Newcastle. And in terms of Rodri, we've had solid sources now confirming, despite rumours coming in from Spain, that Rodri's injury wasn't as bad as first feared. It has been confirmed via David Ornstein, and you don't get more reliable than that it is an ACL injury for Rodri in that match against Arsenal. That means he is going to miss this game. He is going to miss the remainder of Manchester City's games for the season. Put a bit of dramatic effect on there, because that's a huge blow. I don't know why Manchester City didn't get that Rodri alternative in place in the summer to ensure that if there was any serious Rodri injuries, that we weren't going to feel too much of the impact. But not having Rodri available for the whole season is, as far as I'm concerned, the worst possible news that we could have. The only thing that's comparable is losing Erling Haaland for the season, and it's a disastrous news as far as I'm concerned. Absolutely disastrous. City are going to have to rely on their depth. They're going to have to rely on O'Reilly coming into the squad for this game and potentially for the remainder of the season. You're going to need to have them defensive midfield options. We're going to be needing Kovacic. We're going to be needing Gundogan. We're going to be needing John Stones to be staying fit and injury-free from now until the end of the season, because it baffles me. Maybe City need to get into the January-winter transfer market and spend some money and bring somebody in, because that's a massive blow. It's going to be very difficult to win any competitions this season without having one of the best players, if not the best player in the world, and the best defensive midfielder missing for the whole season. And to me, it's put a huge dampener on this game, a huge dampener. It's hard to get enthusiastic when you've been delivered such news and you've got such a tight turnaround, but you pick your squads at the beginning of the season, you go through the summer transfer windows, you've got to face the situation with how it is, and we have to deal with that. I don't know how, but we have to. No words. Anyway, team prediction time. Rotation on offer. Ortega starts in goal for me. Walker, Stones, Wilson-Esbrand being given his first nod for the season would be my defence. Rico Lewis goes into midfield. I start O'Reilly. I start James McAtee. I start Matheus Nunes. They are players who need minutes. They must be getting 90 minutes here as far as I'm concerned. And if I'm any of them players, so the likes of Wilson-Esbrand, Lewis, O'Reilly, McAtee, Nunes, I'm rubbing my hands right now at the opportunity here with 90 minutes to say, do you know what? If I put in a man of the match performance here, I could be starting against Newcastle, or I'm giving Pep Guardiola a little bit of a headache, in particular if you're a player that's capable of competing in midfield. That's what I go to, because City right now, they need to start protecting their experienced midfield players. done a poor job of protecting Kevin De Bruyne as far as I'm concerned, and the likes of Gundogan and Kovacic and Bernardo Silva are crucial with us missing Rodri for the season, so we need to be doing more. I reckon Savinho starts right wing, Jack Grealish starts for me left wing. Do you go with Haaland? I wouldn't go with Haaland, and because of that, and we've not got a backup striker, Phil Foden has to start because he didn't start against Arsenal. Got minutes, but didn't start, so I think I go with that. And there's a nice little balance there. First team players in attack, rotated midfield, strongish defence, decent keeper. I think it's enough to win this game as far as I'm concerned. I put the regular first team players on the bench. I think it'd be really good to put Jacob Wright on the bench and get him some minutes as well. But as I said, it's so important now that we start to think about Rodri in the midfield, but also the defence as well. Akanji, Gvardiol, Diaz have played so many minutes. Time to give them a rest here so they're fresh to go, ready for the rest of the season and Newcastle away from there. We didn't have Rodri available before the international break, and it's going to be like that now for the season. Hurrah! Anyway, score prediction, I reckon 2-0 City, not a classic. Foden grabs a brace, and that's enough to see City go through. Turn to my betting tips. Difficult one for my betting tips. I'm going Phil Foden to score any time. I mean, if it's not going to be Phil Foden, maybe Savinho scoring his first goal for Manchester City. That would be really nice. Maybe that's a little bit of an outsider, maybe. It all depends on what teams you go for. Remember, placing any individual bets on players, make sure you wait until the teams have been announced. There will be a rotated 11, so it's quite difficult to predict which players will be featuring. Now, next up for Manchester City is that away match against Newcastle on Saturday in the Premier League. Watford play Sunderland at home on Saturday in the Championship. On a final note, live watch-alongs, they are back live at 7:15 p.m. BST tomorrow for that game. I'll see you guys then. I'd love if you guys could come and join me for my live watch along. That would be absolutely brilliant. I'll have the link out to that later on this evening for you to go and set your reminders for. I'll see you for that. Looking forward to it. Should be hopefully a good game, and Man City making it through to the 4th round of the EFL Cup. So there we go. That has been today's video. Do hope you enjoyed the video. Do leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts as well in the comments below, including your score and team predictions. Also, get your thoughts about that Rodri injury, ACL out for the season. Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. It is free to subscribe. I'm going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest City content throughout the whole season. Also, don't forget as well, social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. And finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. I'll see you all again tomorrow for that live watch along. Stay tuned to my channel for the link for that. I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.